Hey, this is Angelica and welcome back to my social work profile. In this video, I would like to review and reflect the readings and lectures in Module 2. Readings and lectures are interesting and shed light on a variety of social work settings and social work level. But what I felt connected the most is the social work, healthcare, and mental health. These are discussed separately in the book, but I think they are connected. Mental health should be part of the healthcare system. One of the topics that caught my attention is the future of Canadians' healthcare system. The question is, what is the best healthcare system? I was born in a country where the healthcare system is privatized. I work in a private hospital for 2 years, and somehow it brings back memories when I must decline to admit a patient because they did not have the money to pay for the deposit in the hospital. It doesn't feel right, but it's the system that I'm working with at the time. I can speak from my experience how privatization of healthcare looks like, and oh boy, it's not good. I believe that healthcare is a right and not a luxury. I understand that it is not free because our taxes pays for it. But I personally do not mind paying the tax if that means that we can secure that it's attainable for all and not just for those who can pay it. Here in Canada, there's a huge debate about the future of Canadians' healthcare. For some, Canada's healthcare system is outmoded and it's ready for a change. For others, Canada's healthcare system should stay the same and not be privatized. The question is, which one is right? Let's do some assessment and maybe a little bit of research, shall we? There are 2 ways to pay for healthcare. A shared public system where everyone pays through taxes, also known as universal healthcare. And B, private system where each person pays out of their own pocket or through private insurance. Like any other things, there are pros and cons. Public system tends to be more egalitarian. Healthcare is available for all, no matter what your social status is. But like most every other government agencies, it also tends to be quite inefficient and awfully slow to adapt to change and slow to innovate. On the other hand, there is a private healthcare system. It is run like a business and revenue-driven, so it is expected to boost efficiency, provide good service, and best of all, reduce taxes. But it can also be brutally unfair. No money, no service. The reality is, there is no simplistic solution on this issue. According to the book In Search for Perfect Healthcare System, it stressed that there is no single best approach because of all healthcare systems are the products of their societies, norms, and culture. This can be partly true, but the challenge here is for the social worker to find the best system that is guided by the best interests of the public, not just to make a revenue. If we look at healthcare costs and efficiency with other countries, we can see that the public healthcare system has more success in providing quality and efficiency. Now, that says something. If healthcare systems are the products of their societies, norms, and culture, Canadians' future healthcare decision should be aligned to Canadians' values. I would like to think that that is egalitarian. When primary goal is to serve everyone, which is you, me, and us, we need to be more careful not to sacrifice the public interest over private profits. Perhaps we can come up with the hybrid system that can provide a balanced healthcare system. Now, moving on to mental health and social work. Let me use some analogy to express my thoughts. So, if social workers are superheroes, there must be a supervillain, right? Have you seen the movie Joker? If you haven't, I highly recommend you to watch it. I think it is one of the movies that resonates well with mental illness and how our current system and society impact the people who are dealing with mental health issues. Bottom line is, sometimes as a superhero, we need to see the person behind the villain. Our attitude and perception will help us to approach the situation with sensitivity.
Putting our system ecological framework lens combined with the empathetic attitude can be one heck of a power of a social worker. We need to assess beyond the issues that is presented to us. I would like to think that people are not born evil. Sometimes it is the society and the system that creates them. The person, or joker if I may, is not the villain here. Rather, it is his wrongdoings and the factors that ignites his actions. The challenge for social worker is how can we push boundaries for social change?
So, what are my takeaways on this learning? Here are my key points. I learned to acknowledge that I am privileged in many aspects, that everyone has unique situation and we did not start from the same starting line. We must consider that when providing services and care. I appreciate the healthcare system that we have here in Canada. Although it is not perfect and it has its flaws, I am privileged that as a Canadian I have access to basic health. The learnings has challenged me to expand my thinking about different role of a social worker in a various setting, and how I can make use of those qualities of mine to make a difference in various issues we are facing. I also discovered the areas I see myself working as a social worker. I feel deeply connected to healthcare and mental health. It reconnects me with my values, which is compassionate and to treat others fairly. It challenged me to think outside the box for possible best solution. As we continue with the modules, I am more intrigued to learn more about the social work practice and theories. As we all know, the society keep on changing. Maybe along the course of learning, I can discover which theories and practice may not be applicable in the modern society we are now. Maybe some of it calls for innovation to adapt to the world that is rapidly changing. Social work leads to many career paths. Versatility is great, but having too many options has its disadvantages. Especially for someone like me who can be topsy-turvy and wants to experience a little bit of everything. Maybe that's why I got interested in social work, is because it's kinda touch base with everything. But it's good to find our niche. Through this module, I also realized that there are areas that I may not be comfortable working with because of my own beliefs and values. Obviously, at one point in our career, we need to work with groups that are out of our comfort zone. An overview of social work in various settings is a helpful insight. I hope you find value and insight in this video. Until next time, bye for now.